What's up, everybody? You're back with the Chosen Con, and today in the studio we have with us Mr. Jessy Sahota. You say what's up to the crowd, man.
What's up, guys?
This is the biggest guy we've had in the studio. Straight up, man, you are. Like, look at these. See, like, I started hitting the gym. It's been 3 days.
Yeah.
And I've lost it all. So when I see you, I'm like, man. I was like, what could be?
3 days, man. 3 days is not enough.
No, man. I wanted to ask you this stuff too, because I'm glad you're here today.
Yeah.
But what the hell should I do, man? Like, I used to bodybuild for a while.
Yeah.
And then I was just super stiff, and then I was playing basketball.
Yeah.
So should I just do strength stuff or what?
Yeah, you're a big guy, man. Like,
I'm tall.
You're very tall, right?
I'm a lean guy.
So for you to look built or muscular,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to weigh a lot.
Yeah.
So you gotta eat, man.
Yeah, that's
You
one of
gotta
my
put back
biggest
the
things.
food, you know. And that's
What
the
should I
fun
eat?
part.
What should I eat in the morning?
Man, in the morning, I eat eggs, I eat fruit, oatmeal. Oatmeal's a good one. Protein shake with a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah, and I'll be good.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Every morning. All right, I just need to get that out the way. Okay,
Yeah.
so Jessy Sahota, who is this man, the myth, the legend? Bro, I remember before I met you, I kept seeing you on my Instagram feed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I kept seeing, I was like, this guy, because I heard about your brother, Pola,
Mhm.
right? So I kept seeing him because of Harbir and them.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, and then I saw you, and I'm like, holy crap, because I saw like all your accolades. I
Yeah.
was like, this guy's won everything, and you look like a really mean dude on Instagram. Like, no, check out his Instagram because you were never smiling. So I was like,
Yeah.
this guy must be scary, man. And I was talking to like Aaron. So Aaron was like, no, Jesse's such a nice guy, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm afraid he might
Yeah.
break me. And
Yeah,
then,
you know, I always fear that. I give off the impression that,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not talkable or that, you know, I'm a little bit standoffish. I do fear that, but, you know, this is just who I am, right?
Yeah.
But once you get to know me, man, you find out that
Dude.
I'm actually
You were one of the nicest guys I've ever
pretty
met.
nice guy. Pretty welcoming, you know?
You are. When I
Yeah.
met you, I remember like I walked in and you just had a smile on your face. It's because the pictures you didn't smile, man. That's what
Yeah,
it
you
was.
know, I don't know. I remember, like, even my grad pictures.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bust a smile, just like, you know, like the mean. I don't know what was it, but I got nice teeth, you know.
Yeah, bro. It looks good, man. You got a smile.
But maybe I should smile more,
Yeah.
right? But I remember the lady was like, "You have to smile. Your parents paid good money for these pictures."
They did,
And
bro.
I was like,
They
"Okay,
did.
I'll smile."
Yeah.
So we got a few good pictures.
No, that's the one thing that really resonated with me was when I met you was that vibe,
Mhm.
right? Like I finally met you and I was like, this is why like he is where he is too. Was that you were very humble and very kind-hearted. And then that day that we met, remember it was a Project No Now event, and we were doing the speeches. That's when I saw the real Jessy Sahota when you were talking to the kids.
Yeah.
That's when it was, man.
Yeah.
You're telling your story, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this dude is like, you were hilarious, but you were
Yeah.
being authentic.
Yeah. You know, I kind of have this rule of thumb.
Yeah.
You know, we live in a place where a lot of people like staring you down. We you know, like giving you mean mugs,
Yeah.
right? So I got this like rule of thumb that no matter where I am, if somebody takes the time, the effort, you know, the courage to come up and say hi, you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna reciprocate that love, and I'm gonna take it one step above. You shake my hand, I'm gonna give you a hug, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
That's scary.
So hey,
That's a nice hug,
you,
man.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't have time in my day to go say hi to everybody, you know. So when someone takes that effort, that initiative to come up to me and say
Yeah.
hi and say a few remarks, you know, that means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have to do that. They could have just stood there and stared at me and blah blah blah. So whenever
Yeah.
somebody shows me love, I always want to show it back.
So was it always like that? Like I want to even talk about just like your childhood. Like what was it like, man? Because right now we're seeing like not the finished product, but we're seeing you at a place where like you've gained success, things like that.
Mhm.
But what was it like as a kid, man? You were born in Surrey, or where were you born?
Yeah, I'm a, you know, Surrey kid, born and raised,
Yeah.
right? But you know, normal childhood, you know.
Where'd you go to school? Just elementary?
I went to Beaver Creek.
Someone else was at Beaver Creek.
Westerman.
What the hell was it, man? I think we had I think it was Amrita or International Sing. This one kid, yeah, he was
Oh
at
yeah,
Beaver Creek.
yeah, he was at Beaver Creek.
Rohan, yeah.
He
So
was,
Beaver Creek.
he was there, and then I got kicked out there, and I went to Boundary Park.
Why did you get kicked out of Beaver Creek?
Yeah, you know, just being a nutcase.
I got suspended at Matheson, bro.
Being a
Under the
nutcase,
team.
man. Being
Yeah.
a nutcase, right? And then I went to 3 different elementary schools.
You went to 3. Like, did you just get kicked out of each one, or you just kept transferring?
Transferred once and then get kicked out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's similar. That me and you had a similar thing because most kids go to the same elementary for like 7 years.
Yeah.
They have their same crew.
Yeah.
And then you don't really grow. You're
Yeah.
comfortable the whole time. I went to like 4 different elementaries, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I know you were telling me you did move around a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I didn't when I was little because I sucked moving around, making new friends, and being outside your comfort zone.
But it made you who you are.
Yeah, I did. You know, it's cool. Cool
And then
experiences.
what happened after that?
I went to Manawis.
Yeah, Wildcats.
Yeah, I got my stuff straight,
Yeah.
and did some good things in Manawis, and I consider myself a leader in my high school.
Yeah,
I was mostly a jock, right? Spent most of my time playing sports and stuff.
same here.
Yeah, I didn't go to any school dances. I didn't mess around too much. Didn't go into any house parties. Kind of stayed focused, did my stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and so what was I wanted to ask, like, was your dad always on you? Like, was he like, you got to be adamant? Like, what was that like?
No, man. I come from a very like passive family. Like my parents, they're strict,
Yeah,
but they don't offer too much advice. Like they're usually busy in their own world and stuff.
yeah,
So most of this was mentorship outside of my family,
yeah.
and me and my family. Some of the people I met along the way. But
Yeah.
I gotta turn that ringer off. My bad, man. I apologize.
That's what happens when you're Jessy Sahota, man. No, but so that makes sense because I know a lot of people too that it's like you didn't maybe you have your parents, man. They work so hard to provide for us.
Yeah.
Right. That's something that we don't ever acknowledge.
Yeah.
They grind day and night, but then maybe we don't get, I guess, that emotional support once in a while.
I see that a lot in our community. Like my parents, man, the 12-hour shifts day and
Yeah.
night. But we missed out on family vacations. We missed
Yeah.
out on like picnics. Normal little
Yeah.
things that
Yeah.
every family does, right? But I respect my family a lot for all the hard work they did, and they provided for me and my brother. So you got to be appreciative of that fact.
100%. And so where did the love, like, where did wrestling come into play?
Wrestling is just it's embedded in our culture, right?
Yeah.
And
Wait, I
especially
want you to
that
explain first
the
Kabaddi to me.
job reason,
Can you explain Kabaddi to me? Because I wanted to ask a question for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, explain Kabaddi to me.
It's a crossover of like rugby and wrestling,
Okay.
right? It's a team sport, but it's kind of individual based. So basically, you play in a circle.
Yeah.
It's divided in half, and you got 30 seconds to touch one guy and come back. And it's a very, very entertaining game. It has
Yeah.
high entertainment value. Like, we love football. It's rough, tough, big guys.
Oh, yeah.
Kabaddi's the same way. But football, you got to wait 3-4 minutes for something to happen. Kabaddi, every 30 seconds. Something's happening. People love it.
Yeah.
So this game, I sometimes you'll see foreign people, right? They'll be foreign meaning,
Yeah.
people not from our culture. Like, okay.
Some
shit,
white people,
yeah.
they're showing up. Yeah, like, holy crap, there's white people here.
What's going on?
Yeah,
This is nuts, dude. And they're going to do this and stuff, right? So, yeah.
Where's my beer?
A
Yeah.
lot of people love it. All it takes is one time. I always invite my friends. All you got to do is come one time and you're going to
Yeah.
get hooked, man.
I've never gone. I want to
Yeah.
go.
No, man, like, we got to set this up. I'll get you out to some games.
Yeah, I'm
It's
down.
fun. Yeah, I'm
So-
not playing as much right now because I'm busy with my work and stuff.
Yeah.
But definitely.
So you didn't start with Kabaddi.
No,
you started with wrestling. So
Actually, I started out with cross country and track, man.
was this grade 8?
No, I'm talking about elementary. Like I got a lot of trophies at home from track and cross country.
What were you doing in track?
I was actually a small kid, man. I was skinny. I was fit. I used to run a lot.
Yeah.
I got a lot of these trophies, man. Nobody believed me. You
I
stole,
know,
you stole those, dude. You stole those. Those aren't yours. I'm
Wait,
like,
you're running? Like, what,
Yeah.
what were you running?
a long distance. I was a long distance runner.
In elementary school?
Yeah.
Okay, damn. Okay, that's interesting. So long distance runner in elementary. Then in
Yeah.
grade 8, you...
No, I switched to wrestling in grade 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
they did
originally,
elementary?
I wanted to play hockey and
Yeah.
football, but at the time my family couldn't afford it, so wrestling was
Because it is expensive.
very
man.
expensive, man. I remember going with my dad to go buy just go look at hockey equipment, and I could just tell right when we looked at the price tag, like, I'm not gonna be able to play this sport.
How much was it, like, for a skate or something? Right?
Yeah, it was like $300-400, right? And at that time, like, I don't think we had anything in our house that was that much, right? This is back in the day.
Yeah.
So we couldn't afford it. And I saw the disappointment in my dad's face because he couldn't let me play
Why would
hockey.
you- yeah.
But I understood. So that's when I took up wrestling. It was free at the time.
Yeah.
And I was always a tough kid, always physically active. So
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a good fit for me.
So grade 5 is when you began.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know elementary schools did wrestling, man.
Yeah, it was a club. It was a private club.
Yeah.
So it was called the Hargobin Wrestling Club, and we had community coaches.
Yeah.
Basically, kind of like uncles teaching you how to wrestle and stuff. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
After practice, they would get us pizza and like chips and stuff. It was cute. It
was
was
legit,
a
yeah.
community thing. But out of that club, man, many great wrestlers, went on to do great things and great people.
That's cool because it's like the club I went to was like Drive, right? Like
Yeah.
AAU type of thing.
Mhm.
So I know what you mean. It's like you have that community, man. You kick it with them. You have your boys. Like for life, you're always gonna remember them.
Yeah.
So is that when you started in grade 5, And then what happened? Grade 6, 7, and then 8 is when you went to Tammy.
Yeah. And I really started finding success around grade 10, 11, 12. My body started filling out.
Yeah, you just started getting big.
Yeah,
huh?
I got bigger. I went through puberty,
Yeah,
and then
that's a good time. Not a
becoming
good
a
time.
becoming a man,
Yeah.
right? So, I started getting more serious about my training. In high school, I was very disciplined. I still try to be.
Yeah.
I was in high school. I was waking up 5:15 a.m. every day,
Yeah.
going to sleep at 9 p.m. every day, and then that's Saturday, Sunday included. And there was no room messing around.
And what that's what I wanted to ask you. Where did that come from?
That actually came from my opponent, man. There was
Yeah.
this guy. He's in the WWE right now.
Ooh.
If he might watch this, he might laugh. His name's Sonny Dinza.
Yeah.
So this
Sonny
guy
Dinza,
would
yeah.
whoop me every time, man. And he's a tag team champion right now. And he would be, and I'm like, I just went up to him one day. I'm like, dude, how you so good, man? What do you do? Like,
He was your age? Or
yeah. I'm like, I practice 4 times a week.
And he's from
man.
Surrey.
No, he's from Abbotsford. He's from
Okay,
Abbotsford.
got it. Yeah.
I'm like, I practice 4 times a week, dude. How you so good? We're probably 13 years old,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he's like, 4 times a week. I practice 4 times in 2 days.
Damn.
He's like, I practice every morning and every afternoon, right? And I was like, really? Like, are you for real? He's like, and I asked some of his teammates. He's like, yeah, man. We see this guy running on Rotary Stadium every morning with his dad, doing push-ups, sit-ups, dips, right? And I went home and I said, hey, put my alarm on for the morning and started.
That hunger was there,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, and sometimes you learn stuff from your losses and from your opponents, and this was one of them, the discipline.
That's key. That's a great lesson. That was in grade what?
That was grade 8, grade
Yeah.
9, yeah.
So then you start at 5:15 a.m. every morning.
Every morning, and it paid off, man.
Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
then grade 10, you were saying you started getting success. What
Yeah.
happened?
I just, it takes a year to kind of catch up to the competition, and then
Yeah.
it takes a year to start beating them a little bit, and then it takes another year to kind of
Well,
develop your presence, right? So it took some time. Like, you can't just expect to wake up at 5:15 for 3 months and then
you're a superstar.
Yeah, it takes time, right? It took 3 years. The discipline eventually caught up, and
Yeah.
it paid
Were you
off.
fighting a lot of the same guys at grade 8, 9?
Sometimes, mostly.
Yeah.
But we had wrestling's cool. We got the opportunity to travel all over Canada, so it was fun.
That's tight, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so grade 10, you're doing this. Cause I'm trying to figure this out, cause then I want to dive into like what you're doing now.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to understand the Jessy Sahota before,
Yeah.
right? So you. It seems like your high school, man. Most people are confused in high school.
Yeah.
They have no idea what the hell they want to do with life.
Yeah.
But you had a vision, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like you knew you're like I want to be disciplined at this one thing. That's a big deal, bro.
I'm still confused.
Yeah, me too.
Look, it's 10 o'clock today.
Yeah.
We should be sleeping right now, right? But we're here doing this because we got our foot in so many doors. We get doing so many things, right? And I'm like, dude, what am I doing with my life sometimes? Like, I got to go here. I'm doing this. But I always tell myself, if I wake up early, go to sleep early, put in hard days of work every single day,
Yeah.
no matter what I do. It doesn't matter if it's practice, doesn't matter if it's volunteering, doesn't matter if it's my job. Eventually that consistency of discipline pays off.
It will.
If I don't mess around, I don't waste my money, I don't party too hard, you got to enjoy yourself a little bit too.
Hell
But,
yeah.
and myself, I don't drink, right?
Yeah.
I don't do anything crazy. For me, partying is like eating a nice big meal, right?
That's
With
a good
Coke,
party.
right?
Yeah.
Right? With my brother, right? So, that's what I believe. You keep putting in the work consistently, whatever you do. I think good things happen. They
It's a
say
compound.
luck is
Opportunity and
preparation.
action, hitting each other.
So that's what it is. The harder I work, the luckier I get.
Well, I think me and you, because how old are you?
24.
We're both very similar. I'm 23, and I think Jessy, it's just that, man. I think we're at this stage, bro, right? Where it's like we're working on like stuff's happening, we're grinding, but it's like you said, there's still that you're like confused. You're like, you know what? Is it worth it, or
Yeah.
like where am I going? I know what you mean,
Yeah.
right? I did an episode like a week ago where we released. Where I was talking with Harp about basketball
Yeah.
and how like for me it was like my identity for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that I had to shed that. I had to get uncomfortable, shed that identity to evolve, and I think that's where I'm at right now. And I think you too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're like at that stage where we're like grinding,
Mm-hmm.
but it's you got to be uncomfortable and confused.
Oh, for sure, man. I always put myself in uncomfortable positions.
Yeah.
I'll say yes to things that I don't know how to do, and because I want to grow, I want to learn, I want to be like, hey, man, I conquered this.
Yeah.
That was like public speaking. I got really good at it, but I had to throw myself out there.
How was it when you first started?
I was like, not that great, man.
Yeah.
I was,
Of course.
I grew up with a family, nobody spoke English,
Yeah.
so I had a funny little accent, but things worked out, right? You keep doing it, and
Practice.
yeah.
I saw that
Repetition.
day. That when you spoke, I was like, he's done this many times before. I'm serious. I was like, he's great. You're good
Yeah.
at what you do.
Yeah.
But it's right though. No one ever sees that preparation.
Mm-hmm.
No one sees you stuttering and you saying like, "Shit, man, this is tough."
Yeah.
They see that final product. So
Yeah.
even going back, man, grade 10, 11, 12, like then people start really taking notice of you. Like what happened?
Yeah, then you start winning some tournaments. You know,
Yeah.
you knowing that we're perfect, you lose some too, but you win more than you lose, and people start saying, "Oh, this kid's doing good. He's doing good," and
Yeah.
you start getting on a little bit of a roll, right?
And then it's just like it compounds and then it's like a snowball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what happened? Like was there a lot of pressure at that time or no?
There's always pressure, right? Because the cool thing about like wrestling and kabaddi,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if it's cool, but for example, you play basketball, right?
Yeah.
Your basketball game, your dad and your mom come watch you, right?
Once in a while, yeah.
And maybe your best friend, right?
Yeah.
Kabaddi, everybody's there. Your dad's there. Your uncle's there. Your
The whole
neighbor's
family.
there. Everybody's there. Everybody. It's like the whole damn community's there,
Yeah.
right? So if you mess up,
You
you're
brought
on-
shame to the family,
you're
Jessy.
on, dude, you're gonna be the talker. Everybody's gonna be talking about you. But if you play good, you're the hero, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I just don't care. I just
Yeah.
don't care. If I play good, I play good. If I don't, all I know is I'm gonna wake up next morning. I'm gonna still do my work. I'm still gonna eat healthy, and I'm still gonna do what I'm doing.
There's that
But
quote.
regardless of the result, I couldn't care less. You can't. If you worry too much about the result, you can't perform.
I was reading this quote. It was like most people are focused on the destination, that they forget the whole journey.
Yeah.
And another one, man, was just that you're drowning out the noise, right? Steve Nash said something. He said, "I only think about a loss for 25 seconds, and I never think about it again." Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And why I bring it up is because it's what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is why dwell on it?
Yeah.
You just said you wake up in the morning and you grind it again.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of crap, man. Most
Yeah.
people like you just keep thinking about it,
Yeah.
and you let it consume you.
Yeah. Win or lose, if your work ethic's there, good things are gonna happen. Like I
Yeah.
remember our coaches told us there was a guy in the Olympics. He won Olympic gold medal
Yeah.
in wrestling, and everybody else was partying. This guy woke up 6 a.m. and he went for a run. They're like, "Dude, you just won the Olympics. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey, man, I won the Olympics, but I'm training for the next Olympics." And he was ready. He was working. And that's what made him
That's
a
a
champion.
secret.
That's what separated him first place from second place. That consistency, that discipline.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that. I believe every dog will have his day. Just keep at it, right? Don't give up. Don't let
Yeah.
mediocre success prevent you from great success, right? So if
I love that. Hold up, say that again.
Don't prevent mediocre success.
Yeah.
Prevent you from great success, because it's easy to be cool and silly, right? And you're
Oh,
cool
it's
here.
easy as hell.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, you're good. It's easy to get caught up. Hey, man, let's go to blah blah blah. Let's go do this."
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, I still gotta keep pushing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so it seems like then in grade 10, 11, 12, you hit the Surrey scene. Everybody was kind of knowing you. Then you went to university? Or
Yeah,
what?
well, I got a scholarship to SFU. I wrestled there for a bit,
How was that?
and then did my studies. It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed it. It was more American style wrestling. It's different form, but I had fun. I enjoyed it.
What was it that like though compared to like high school? Like
It was definitely a different level. My coach passed away at the same time. So,
How did he pass away? Damn.
he just had an illness. He had a virus he contracted, and he died at a young
Were
age.
you guys close?
Yeah, we were very close. I considered him like a father figure or even an older brother.
Yeah.
So I think that hindered my personal success a lot too, because I lost my coach. Right now I'm on my own.
Yeah.
And I tried my best to keep wrestling, but it was difficult. A lot of the people fell off, and that just shows you how much impact one person can have
Yeah.
in this world. If he was still around, I think I would have done even greater things. But
Was this your first year or second year? When did he pass away?
he passed away right after my first year.
Damn, yeah, because the same thing for me, man. The difference was that I always had great coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I had the best coaches in BC history for basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that was what really like changed my life, man. Because I had
Yeah.
so many.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. When you lose, man, like that's your mentor, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, you lose that, you're blind.
Yeah, it was tough. But a lot of the things I do is I think he's looking down upon me, and I just want to make him proud, right?
Yeah, that's
and
key.
I always tell my buddies, my day one buddies, and they came from the same group as me, same club, and I say, hey man, whatever we do, let's just make sure, Randeep's looking at us. Let's make him proud.
Yeah, was Randeep the one from your club?
Yeah, he was a coach in our club.
No, from elementary.
Yeah, he was training at the same time, but he would come and help coach.
So he was with you from the beginning of your journey.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
And then did he coach at SFU?
No, he was just a club coach. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You guys must have been real close.
Yeah.
And so SFU then that kind of like.
Yeah, and I hurt my knee at the same time, so it was kind of like a low point in my life.
Yeah.
But we bounced back. All these injuries and stuff, like eventually it subsides, right? So, like I said, you just keep at it.
It seems like, but two things like me and Harper are talking about one episode, man. Like, so you like how you said. You had the death of your coach, and then you hurt yourself too. And the injury for an athlete, my dad used to always tell me, he's like, you break your leg, you're done.
Yeah, so whereas I tore my knee, it was pretty bad.
How'd you tear it? Like in practice?
Yeah, in practice, just overtraining. We were training too hard. Yeah. And the thing was, I was always under the mentality that, like, you got to do extra work, right? Extra work. So SFU training is very hard. You train 6 a.m. in the morning and then 6 p.m. in the evening, right? So every 12 hours is practice.
Yeah.
And then there's commuting. So what I was trying to do was fit in a little bit of an extra workout in between.
To get the edge?
To get the edge in between the SFU training. But I guess it was too much for my body, and my knee just kind of snapped. And, it's fine now. It's healed, but it sucked for the time being.
You remember that moment, right?
Yeah, you remember it. You know what? I tell you, it's a big motivation booster because you're sitting at home and you can't move your leg, and you're seeing everybody improving. You're seeing everybody in the gym lifting weights, and you're just sitting there like, I'm ready to go, man. Put me in, coach, right?
Yeah.
But, so when it's time to put you in, you make
ready.
it count. You make it count, right? So it was good motivation for me. I was sitting at home. I just kind of, took everything in and just like, okay, when it's time to go, we're gonna go hard. No breaks, man. No days off. We're gonna 2 days every day.
Because you saw what it was like not doing anything.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
And that's when I appreciated. I'm like, the opportunity to work out, just work hard is a great blessing. Doesn't mean if it's in your job. Doesn't mean if it's don't ever complain about having to work because it's a blessing.
You're right.
And you're only improving yourself. So whether it's in the gym, whether it's at your job, the opportunity to work is a great blessing, man.
No, I needed to hear that, man, because it's something that I'm going through right now, right, as well. Is like I'm trying to see, like, I have free time. I'm like, I shouldn't be having, like, I love my free time, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, man, I'm realizing, like, I can't be sleeping in. I can't be doing none of that, man. I got to grind. I got to work hard. And it's like that hunger. It's like I had to see what it was like to not be working that hard to realize, like, okay, now I can push myself even more. But I had to see it just like you did, man.
Yeah.
It's spot on. So then, like, when you're injured, like, I remember I didn't have any major injuries.
Yeah.
The biggest thing was, like, I tore my pinky. Yeah, that was a big one. That one hurt. That tore me.
Those type of things, they're a nuisance, man.
They're annoying.
And
you're like, okay.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, but it was like, I
and
still
you know
playing.
what? When you injure your pinky, you probably realize how much you use it.
Bro, that's life.
Yeah.
Like, literally, when I tore it, I was like, I really love you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of, it's crooked.
Yeah, you can't hold things properly. No. It makes a big difference, even one little pinky.
Yeah, everything has its purpose, but we take it for granted.
Yeah.
So when you busted your knee, man, you went through that whole, like, that. It seems like you evolved though. You came back. You took a couple steps back.
You know what, man, I've had a lot of downfalls. Even some that I won't discuss here today. But I can't dwell on them too long because I'm almost the type of guy. Okay, let's get back on the horse and let's start riding again. Man, I've had some big things happen, and nobody cares about if you're sitting at home and crying. No one's.
What does that accomplish?
Nobody's gonna care. Nobody helps, right? You gotta help yourself, man. Especially in this world, it's dog eat dog. Yeah. You gotta help yourself. You want something, go get it, man.
Yeah, no one else is gonna hand it to you. That's nobody. The secret.
Even God can't help you if you're not gonna help yourself, man.
And I think even in Islam, even in other religions, in Islam, it's like you do what's it called? You have faith in God, but tie your camel. The reason why I bring that up is like you do that action. You tie your camel, have faith that it's not gonna run away. Yeah. But people don't do that action. They have faith. Yeah. But when push comes to shove, right? One thing my cousin he always would say something about, like, in the gym. No matter what, the iron is never going to lie to you. Same thing with basketball for me. At the end of the day, if I'm talking a big game, on the court, it's going to humble me quick. Just like in wrestling. Exactly. Right? They're the best humbler. Like, they humble us very fast. So, what happened after that, man? You're at SFU still, and you just...
I wanted to finish my degree.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was getting very involved in the community, helping out, volunteering.
Yeah.
Started playing Kabaddi, and then, voila, a few years later...
Why'd you make the transition to kabaddi? Like, what happened?
Oh, it's just my dad, man. He was like, he's a big fan. He wanted me to try it. I tried it. I was hesitant at first. I was like, I might get hurt. I've never done it before.
Yeah.
No formal coaching, but I played really well and kind of just stuck with it. Yeah.
That's cool. It transfers. Though. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That you in grade 5 or whatever, 6, how you were doing the track, how you're running,
Yeah.
and then you're doing the wrestling.
Yeah.
It all added up to do
Yeah.
kabaddi.
Yeah. And now, I've been doing some mixed martial arts.
When did you start this?
Just a few months ago.
You're a
So I'm
dangerous
very
man,
new.
bro.
I'm very new,
I'm
man.
start shaking right
No,
now.
I'm new,
Yeah.
man. I got some girls who beat me up.
How do you like
man.
mixed martial
in the
arts?
gym. It's good. I really enjoy it. It's like being a baby all over again. I'm
Yeah,
learning whole new things. I gotta, literally, I gotta go in the gym, drop my ego. I'll spar with little kids because
Yeah.
even they can teach me stuff, and it's very awesome. I go in there not being, the boss or the top guy.
Yeah.
Just like I'm here to learn. Teach me. It's cool. It's very humbling, and I'm excited.
Does it transfer over, like the wrestling stuff?
Oh, very incredibly.
Yeah?
It's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
my
man.
footwork, the wrestling, the stamina, obviously the strength and power.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah, transfers over.
And so it's like what I'm getting from it, it's like even wrestling is flow.
Yeah,
Right.
flow, timing, instinct, technique,
Yeah.
reaction, all these
The
things.
reason why I say this, bro, I just watched that Bollywood movie Dangal, man.
Oh, it's a good movie.
That's
eh?
it, bro. I
Yeah.
watched that. I know a little bit of wrestling now.
Yeah,
I
I
watched
know.
that. I watched a little bit. I got some techniques. Like, what'd you think of that movie? Like, was it spot on or no?
It was good. It was a little bit dramatized,
Yeah.
but I would say it's pretty accurate, right? It's a very good movie. I've actually met those wrestlers. I've
Yeah.
met their coach.
They're legit, huh?
Yeah, it's cool, man. India wrestling's huge. It's huge. It's the second biggest sport behind cricket, right?
India wrestling. I didn't know that.
It is, and even kabaddi is big. Kabaddi is big in more like one region,
Yeah.
Punjab area, India and Pakistan. But wrestling is huge there.
So did you do some national stuff or what happened after?
Yeah, well, I won 3 national titles.
SFU or like where were
Yeah,
you?
2 SFU, one in while I was in high school. They're called junior titles. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the
I don't know
freestyle.
these things,
Yeah.
bro. I don't know what it's like to win a national title. So I'm just wondering, like, what was that like?
It was good. It was good. It was something that when I first won, I was really happy. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I've been working for this a long time. And then the second and third, it was kind of like, okay, I'm expecting this.
Yeah.
And then as I got older and older, I wanted more and more. But it was good. It was good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, right, one thing that I really admire about you too, man, is that you do a lot of community work.
Yeah.
Right.
This summer and even the last 3-4 years, I've devoted a lot of my time giving back to my community, and it's been a blessing. I enjoy it.
What
but,
drew you to that?
I just feel like it was my character and my nature. I wanted to help out. I wanted to give back. But I give back in ways that I like. I teach, I coach,
Yeah.
I volunteer in places where sports are involved. So it doesn't really feel like I gotta do it. It's like I kind of want to do it. So
It's not
fun.
work, yeah.
No, it's not work, man, at all. And I got a little sidekick helping me, my brother.
Yeah.
So we had the second best team in
Shut
the
up, Pula. Yeah.
we had the second best team in the province for wrestling. We're working with this summer. We're working with 50 kids doing a self-defense and martial arts training and some physical education with at-risk youth. Like, it's fun stuff, man. These kids are like, I almost feel like they're my own kids, man. It's always so fun. Today was actually the last day, man. I was saying bye to all these guys, and I was like,
You're about to cry.
I
can't
swear
cry.
to God, man, I felt like I was gonna tear up. I'm like, these guys are gonna laugh at me, so I just.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta be the like. But at the end of the day, man, it's you have that bond.
Yeah, man, and they're all bugging me like, yo, add me on Snapchat, add me
yeah.
on Instagram. So now I got all these people sending me Snapchat saying, streaks, yo, streaks. I don't even. Do you know what that is?
What is it?
It's so they send you Snapchats like this is like a little.
Oh, to get like the heart.
Yeah, the heart and see how far they can go. Some of these kids are like at 400. They've Snapchatted people every single day for 400 days.
Yeah,
so,
bro. I'm not.
I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna respond to your streaks.
I'm not the streak.
So just a black screen with an S saying streaks.
400.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a little thing they do.
I can't do it,
Yeah.
man. That's why I like got off the Snapchat game. Is there, but damn. So these kids, like one thing that's coming to my mind is that maybe even you losing like your coach, man, like that. You're a coach now, man. Like you understand. That's huge.
Big responsibility.
Yeah.
So it happens, man. Sometimes I get calls on the weekend saying, "Hey, stuff's not going right at home. I need help, and we got to step in. And like I said, it's not volunteering. It's a lifestyle, right? I'm devoting myself to these people, these athletes, and they're devoting themselves to me. You know, and for an athlete, you always got to be like selfish because you got to train on your own schedule, and you got to, you know, do things according to your way. But I feel like, you know, God willing, I've had the help from my family, my community. You know, I've been able to do both. I've been able to help and give back, and then be successful myself too.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And these kids, like, for them, like, one thing, look, me and you both went to school in Surrey.
Yeah.
I went to Madison for a year. You went to school in Tammy. There's a lot of these kids, man. Like, I had the fade. I had, like, before I grew the hair out, you mean? I had the fade. I had all that. A lot of these kids, man, they've never had good role models.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that, like, even just, like, that day when I saw you at Tammy and you spoke, like, dude, they vibed with it. They vibed with you more than anyone because you understood how to speak to them.
You know what it is? I think, especially with kids and, you know, younger adults, they're so real. If you be real with them, they're gonna be attracted to you.
Yeah.
You know, don't be fake. They'll be able to smell it from a mile away.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
You be real with them. Tell them what's up. Tell them, you know, your successes. Tell them your failures. Tell them what you learned. I think kids cling on to that. They love that. They love people who are sincere. They love people who are real. And I'm not afraid to yell at these guys. I'm not afraid to tell them, hey, you suck today, or you messed up. Hey, I'm being real.
But that's the truth. Yeah. That's the best coaches are the ones that do that.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes my brother will be like, hey, man, I think you're going too tough on him or something like that. But I'm like, hey, man, I'm not here for them to get sixth place. You know, I'm here for them to win, and I'm here for them to be successful. And it doesn't always have to be on the mat. It could be in the classroom. It could be in the community. So, you know, we all achieve success in different ways. And I think even for myself, my success, I never care about the medals or the trophies I have at home. It's always the people I've impacted. You know, when I go see somebody after 2 years and like run and hug me and I'm like, barely recognize this person. And I'm like, hey, man, remember you did this for me? Or, you know, that's for me, that's success. That makes me feel good about myself.
It's bigger than yourself.
For sure, man.
That's the key.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I'm getting. Even Gary Mangate was saying something similar with that. He's like, look, man, it's if we make it about ourselves, we limit it. Right? Mm-hmm. You're wrestling, even the Kabaddi, all these things, and you're coaching these kids. You're showing them there's another way.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah, you know, and you know, it's cool because when I grew up, everybody was like, yo, Bindi Joel's my cousin, blah, blah, blah,
man.
this, and this guy.
Can we explain Bindi Joel?
This guy.
Bindi Joel's a gangster in Surrey.
Yeah.
If you Google him, it was, he's like got that video, what is it?
I'm still around.
I'm still around. Yeah, and then he does that, and then then the white dude's like, he wasn't around for long.
Yeah, you know, so I grew up in that era. People like, yo, this is my cousin. You know, I'm gonna call this guy on you. And now, you know, this summer, like I said, one of the biggest compliments, right? They're like, yo, man, when I tell people at my school I know you and that I'm hanging out with you this summer, nobody believes me. Let me take a Snapchat. Yo, man.
You become that cousin, bro.
Yeah.
You become the cousin.
But you know what? It's better than being, you know, relating to a gangster or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'll, you know, like we'll be in the weight room, they'll stack on plates, they'll be like, yo, bench press this. I want to send it to all my friends. You know, it's cool, you know. That's fine. I'm happy with that. That makes me happy. Yeah. You know, if kids are saying, hey, Jesse's my cousin, that's cool.
You have a good role model.
Yeah.
It's much better.
That makes me proud. You know, that to me, that means more than my national medals. That means more than everything else.
So do you ever have kids hitting you up saying, bro, we got beef. We got to go beat this guy up. Strawberry
You
Hill.
know, I used to when I was younger. When I was in university. It was funny. Like, I used to laugh. I'm like, dude, like, come on. Give your head a shake. But now that I'm working with the school district in the Surrey, no.
So what would happen back then? Like, they'd hit you up. Like, yo, bro.
It was funny. Like, I would have especially this one guy who's coming to my mind right now. Yeah. It would happen, like, every week. Yeah. He would go around saying, hey, Jesse and Paul is my cousin, blah, 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 and start fights. And then he would call us. And I'd be like, dude, no, I'm not coming. Like, you're being an idiot. I know how you are. Give your head a shake, right? But he would still do it again. Yeah. He would do it again. And he would do it again. And then I was like, and I guess he eventually just figured out that I'm not going to show up. Yeah. And then, you know.
He got beat up a lot then, man.
Dude, I'd be like in Idaho wrestling on a Saturday night, and I get a message from this guy, hey, man, so-and-so is picking on me. Hey, this is his bro, blah, blah, blah. Yo, we're going to beat him up, man. Yeah. I'm like, no, man. No. I barely know you. I seriously barely knew the guy. He was like a friend of a friend.
Yeah. But you were connect.
He just... he just like signed me up.
Yeah, that was me.
As his backup.
That was me, bro. So in Surrey, this is a real thing. In Surrey, if you had beef, it's like you'd have beef with people. It was Facebook or MSN, like back in the day, MSN Messenger. You would hate somebody. You'd be like, yo, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass, and you just need to know one or two names. If you had one or two names under your pocket, like, yo, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Yo, you know this? Oh, you know, I know this guy. And then that was the fight.
Yeah.
And they would never get together. It would be online, right? It would never.
It still happens. It happens with Instagram now. These kids, they have like group chats, and they just try to thug each other all day.
You see it still.
It's ridiculous, man.
So what's happening now? Like, are they
It's
just
too much idle time. Kids have too much free time.
That's key.
You know, that's what it is. They got too much time to mess around.
Yeah.
So, one thing I noticed with successful kids, especially in high school these days, they're busy. They're playing 2-3 different sports.
Yeah.
They're in after-school clubs. They have side jobs. They're busy kids.
They're
And
efficient.
kids that ain't doing nothing, up to no good.
Yeah, it's true. I work with the Syrian refugees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And same thing. What I found was that these kids, like, if they have free time, that's like their mind wanders, and they have time and energy, and they don't know what else to do. So it's like you're gonna automatically gravitate towards the negative.
Yeah.
But if you put them in sports, like you're saying, man, that gives them something bigger than themselves, and you also have coaches and teammates that'll keep you. They'll keep you straight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time working at the Welcome Center with some of our new Syrian families. They're very impressionable, right? So this is their first time being in Canada, so you have to be very careful. Whatever they learn is gonna stick with them for life, right? So I always try to direct them in positive directions, like wherever it be sports or academically. They're gonna have lots of difficulty because they don't. Most of them, I think, almost all of them don't speak English, but we can hope for the best.
Well, you said something earlier, man, that when you were young, it's like your mom and dad didn't speak English.
Mm-hmm.
So you that's something I feel like you could even vibe with.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, for the longest time, I was in ESL and all these like learning classes and
the kid Rohan. So not kid Rohan, the man, international sing. I love calling him international sing. But he said same thing because he was from India and then he came here when he was like 7, I believe.
Yeah.
ESL.
Yeah.
Same thing, but he's like, damn it, man, and so he just grinded hard. But
no, man, the thing was, I was from here. I still didn't know English. I lived in Surrey. Everybody spoke Punjabi. You know what I mean?
Oh, bro, I got a cousin just like that. I talked to him, and it's not even the accent, but it's just that he speaks so fast that they put him in ESL.
Yeah.
And he's from here too.
Yeah.
So you're like,
dude, I was in ESL for so long.
Yeah.
I think the max is 4 years. They put me in for 5.
And was this elementary?
Yeah.
What was ESL even like? You were just chilling?
Nothing. They're like make you like. I really remember. Like I never heard these words before. I would ask and now I look back because I remember because everybody laughed, right? I would be like, "What's a neighbor?"
Yeah.
Because that's a Gwandi, you know. That's
So
the guy who lives beside you, right? What's a stool? I didn't know what a stool was. I didn't know what a groom was. You know, these like simple words I didn't know, and I would ask because I wanted to know. And like people would laugh, so I still have like these memories etched in my head.
Was this while you were in ESO outside, like when you were in regular classes, when you'd ask?
I think it was a little bit of both.
That's interesting perspective, man. Yeah. That's cool though that you actually went.
But then I won like speech festivals after, man. I did great, in like grade 7, in grade 5.
That's what Rohan was saying, something similar.
Yeah.
That ESL, man, I might have to put my kids in ESL.
It helps, man.
Yeah, because
they make you read all day. Like,
that's what they do.
Yeah, it's like red ball. You just keep saying it, right?
But that's
repetition, man. You get good at it. And sometimes I didn't have to read it. I just memorized how the letters look, and I knew what word it was.
Wow, dude, like, that's legit.
Yeah.
So you did speech.
And you know what? This is another thing where my volunteer comes in. A lady who taught me to read, she was just a parent. She was somebody else's mom. Miss Dodd.
Yeah. She
was somebody else's mom. She would just come in at lunchtime and before lunch and after lunch, and she would volunteer her time to teach ESL kids how to read.
That's dope, man.
And she'd not have to do that. Her daughter was not in the class.
Yeah.
She taught me how to read.
So you saw that love.
Yeah, man. If I always say, man, if I ever run into her, man, I gotta buy her a nice dinner or something.
Yeah.
She taught me how to read. Literally, she would come every day and she would just work on me. Because the teacher was busy. She couldn't spend time on me.
Each person, yeah.
So she would come in and just volunteer time and she taught me how to read.
Dude, that's really cool. Like learning about your life, like, because right now we've talked about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how it all adds up, man.
It does, man. And if I could do that for somebody else, I'm not sitting there reading books to kids, but if I could teach somebody some sports or some direction in their life, I think
you did your job.
That mean a lot to me. Yeah.
Look at what you just said, Miss Dodd. Shout out Miss Dodd, but look, Miss Dodd, like you still remember her.
Yeah.
And it's like the one thing I realized, man, because I lost a lot of people in my life.
Yeah.
And I realized that at the end of the day, they're with you. So how your coach, man, he's never gone. Every time you're wrestling, anytime you're helping kids, it's like he gets like maybe good deeds, or he gets that satisfaction maybe wherever he is, because it ripples, man.
It does. Yeah.
That's a powerful thing, right? And so even now we're gonna be ending it off, but I wanted to ask you, what's something that you tell a lot of kids or a lot of people what's one piece of advice or something that's really worked for you, man?
It's discipline, man. Discipline and perseverance. Like, don't give up. But I'm a big believer in discipline.
Yeah.
I believe, scheduling, you go to sleep on time, wake up on time, don't miss workouts. Doesn't matter if you're busy, put in 30 minutes. Yeah, always do something.
What about waking up in the morning? What's the best way to be up at 5:15?
Schedule, a routine.
Sleep at 9?
Yeah, if you keep doing it, eventually you're good at your body just gets used to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I try sleeping in and I'm still up.
Yeah.
I wake up and chill for a bit, then I go back to sleep because your body just gets used to the routine.
Got it. So how many hours do you get every night?
I nap. I like napping. So at midday I'll nap.
How long? Yeah. Like 20 minutes or like a long nap?
It's like the prophet.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that. Jesse knows his stuff. Jesse, that's one thing.
See, I'm a nerd too.
Yeah.
So I like reading. I like researching.
Well, any book, anything you'd recommend?
Right now, no, I haven't come across anything crazy.
Anything in your whole life that you just random? Any book that you?
If I want to recommend, I just want to recommend people to go out and research things that you're not always used to. Like different things. For me, it was religion. Because
you had your roommate.
Yeah, roommate. He's back with me today.
Yeah.
We were together.
He's
today.
Muslim, right?
Yeah, he's Muslim.
That.
So that's one thing. I found religion interesting. I find health and technology interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm always googling things, Wikipedia, reading books whenever I can. So I was expanding my knowledge. Sometimes something I've already read, I forget it, and then it'll come back to me again. It's just cool. You expand your knowledge, you become a better person, right?
Yeah, you got the mental and the physical.
Yeah, so the only thing I haven't gotten into is learning new languages, but I think that'd be something cool. But I'm a.
Well, you learn English, man. What are you saying?
Yeah, religious buff, man. I know a lot about that kind of stuff.
You do. No, shout out. Okay, that was another big thing when I met Jesse. He was just talking about the Prophet Muhammad. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I'm serious.
Yeah.
When we were sitting there, we were talking about maybe his wife's or something. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, how the hell do you know this? And you told me about your roommate and how he was talking about fasting. All these things, and I'm like, holy crap! Because that's one thing, Jesse. That
yesterday we were having he was like, I was like, why doesn't the Prophet like dogs, especially black dogs, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's not true. It's Wahhabi influence.
Yeah,
It's like,
I know.
right? All these crazy conversations that have nothing to do with my life, right?
But that's key. It's fun.
Hey man, that's I'd rather be talking about that than what we're gonna go get drinking or something.
It's deeper. And it's more profound.
And we're Googling stuff to prove our points and blah blah blah. And,
Told you.
It's just fun. Yeah, it's just fun stuff, right? So I'm a kind of a nerd in that sense. A lot of people don't know that, but
no, man. That's the whole purpose of why I wanted to get you on the show.
Yeah.
Because what I learned in the short time that I spent with you was I'm like, holy crap, it's like an onion. There's all these layers.
Yeah, for sure.
And people only see the surface one of it's a big wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, man. That's why. So that's why I wanted to really get you on. I'm glad you got to come on, bro.
Yeah, man. Whoever's watching this, man, if you ever see me, come say hi, have a talk, have a chat.
Do it.
Right?
But don't call him if you're getting in fights. Don't. He's not your cousin. That's the key. I had to do this.
Hey, don't worry, man. You're doing a public service right now. Yeah.
So, again, man, at the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you coming on the show.
No, thank you so much, man.
And I'm excited for the future because I know that, this is just the beginning for a lot of kids in Surrey, too, right? When they have people to look up to, if we get the right team, a lot of young people that are doing stuff like that, man, it takes 2%, man.
Yeah.
2% of the right people to lead them, they'll have good influencers. And that's why, man, if you want to reach out to Jesse, which I highly suggest you do, check out his Instagram, right? What is it, Jesse Sahota?
Yeah, it's just my name, and then same thing on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter though.
Are you on are your videos on YouTube and stuff? Or anything?
A little bit here and there.
Yeah,
but
just Google Jesse Sahota.
Not much, but yeah, man. Your new show, man. I wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it, bro. We haven't gone.
I know it's gonna blow up.
We haven't gone bankrupt yet, man.
You're gonna do good, man. So hopefully we're sitting here again in
Couple years, bro.
Yeah,
We're like old guys, and we're
and
like,
you know we're in a better place, right?
we're not as confused.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Oh, again, everybody, thank you for watching the show, and we'll see y'all soon. So, peace. I've never been surrounded by so many buttons in my life. Please click subscribe. Check out the podcast. Check out some other videos too. You will not be disappointed. Well, my parents are disappointed.